My name is Willa England. I will present a classroom assessment technique known as course-related confidence surveys. You will learn how and when to use this technique, consider the pros and cons and best practices, and finally, how to manage the results. There are many types of assessment tools broken down into formal and informal strategies. Formal assessments are done at the end of a course, assigning a grade, while informal assessments are done throughout a course and provide information on evidence of learning. Teachers are informed of how their lesson plan meets learners' needs, and learners are informed on how they are learning. Confidence surveys are one of numerous classroom assessment techniques developed for teachers to understand and support learning, and for learners to measure their progress with learning new knowledge or skills. Done throughout a course, surveys assist teachers in helping learners to learn rather than in helping to teach their content. The survey does this by providing information on confidence levels of learners. Teachers use this information to customize lesson plans to address learner needs. Learners become aware of where to concentrate their efforts to boost confidence, performance, or practice, be it new material or that previously learned and not yet mastered. The strategy behind confidence surveys is to measure learners' self-confidence for learning new knowledge or skills. First, consider the outcomes and tasks required for learner success. Secondly, compose questions that will measure confidence levels. Using a rating scale, learners respond to a series of easy questions related to specific knowledge or skills. Conducting surveys throughout the course allows learners to adjust their learning prior to final assessment, and teachers are able to adjust their teachings accordingly. The survey begins with the questions related to outcomes, followed by instructions, and finally the tasks being measured. Angelo and Cross suggest that confidence surveys are most useful when done soon after the material has been presented, then soon after learners have practiced applying the new material. A Danish study by Ringstead in 2004 on confidence assessment showed that pre- and post-confidence surveys are best conducted early in the course, while post-confidence surveys are most beneficial when done early after the learning takes place. Ringstead asserted that timeliness of pre- and post-confidence surveys significantly affects the quality of the data returned and also with the development of confidence. There are limitations with using surveys. In an attitude survey, 2 U.S. college professors confirmed that this technique takes a moderate amount of teacher prep time, as considerable effort and time is required to create questions that assure validity and reliability. Survey results can impact teacher workload when it identifies learners with both high and low confidence levels. It is believed that highly confident learners could be the most difficult to teach, as such learners may lack insight into their reality. Now, what are the advantages? While surveys take a moderate amount of prep time, learner effort to respond is low, usually about 20 minutes. Evidence of learning and a need to adjust content is found early. Teachers are armed with knowledge that informs assignments and lessons appropriate for the learners, which helps support learning. Learners become aware of their confidence level early on and see their progress or lack of, and are better able to address their issues in order to achieve success. Trends and themes can be identified which serve both teacher and learning needs. Let's talk about best practices for confidence surveys, which I have adapted from Nathan Grimm's publication on classroom assessment techniques. Before creating the survey, decide what you want to learn from the assessment. Otherwise, the responses may not relate to the intent of the survey and make analysis challenging. Explain the purpose of a survey to learners. Ask them, what is the most important thing you learned today? This will help learners set a context for their answers. Decide on long-term goals for the learners. Conduct the assessments throughout the course, using the results to adjust content to meet learner needs. To assure honest feedback, keep the assessments anonymous. Do not grade assessments. Present the results to the learners and focus on areas where learners are needing help. Now for some thoughts on providing feedback to learners. Review the results with the learners within 1 day. So divide into small groups and take 5 to 10 minutes at the end of your session to talk about the results. Again, remind the learners of the reason for the confidence survey. Ask them to share ideas to improve their learning and brainstorm together for suggestions to improve teaching. This concludes my presentation on course-related confidence surveys.